Most people believe success is reserved for the lucky, the gifted, or the people born into the right circumstances. They look at entrepreneurs, CEOs, wealthy investors, and high achievers and assume those people possess something special that they don't. A higher IQ, better connections, more talent, more luck. But according to David Schwartz, in The Magic of Thinking Big, that's one of the biggest lies people ever tell themselves. The real difference between successful people and average people isn't intelligence. It's not talent. It's not education. It's the size of their thinking. Think about it. Two people can have the same education, the same opportunities, and the same resources. Yet one builds an extraordinary life, while the other struggles for decades. What separates them? Their mindset, their vision, their willingness to think bigger than the limitations surrounding them. And that's exactly what David Schwartz's classic bestseller is all about. This book isn't about positive thinking in the shallow sense. It's about changing the way you see yourself, your opportunities, your challenges, and your future. It's about upgrading your mental operating system so that success becomes a natural consequence of the way you think and act. The first lesson Schwartz teaches is what he calls excusitis, the failure disease. According to Schwartz, almost everyone suffers from this disease at some point. Excusitis is the habit of making excuses for why you can't achieve what you want. It's the invisible barrier that keeps people trapped in mediocrity. The first form is health excusitis. You hear people say things like, "I'm too tired," "I don't feel good enough," or "I'll start when I have more energy." They spend more time talking about their health than improving their lives. Schwartz points out that many successful people achieved incredible things despite physical limitations, illnesses, and setbacks. The issue isn't usually health itself. The issue is allowing health concerns to become an excuse for inaction. The second form is intelligence excusitis. This is when people convince themselves they're not smart enough. They think they need another degree, another certification, or more knowledge before they can take action. But Schwartz argues that success isn't determined by intelligence alone. Plenty of brilliant people accomplish very little. Meanwhile, many highly successful individuals possess average intelligence, but extraordinary confidence and persistence. What matters isn't how much you know. It's how effectively you use what you know. The third form is age excusitis. Young people say they're too young and inexperienced. Older people say they're too old and miss their chance. Both groups are wrong. History is filled with examples of people who achieved success at every stage of life. The truth is that age is rarely the real problem. The real problem is hesitation. Then there's luck excusitis. This is perhaps the most dangerous excuse of all. People look at successful individuals and assume they got lucky. They don't see the years of preparation, effort, failure, persistence, and learning that happen behind the scenes. Luck often appears magical from the outside, but it's usually the result of preparation meeting opportunity. The cure for excusitis is simple but powerful. Every time you catch yourself making an excuse, replace it with a solution-oriented question. Instead of asking, "Why can't I?" ask, "How can I?" This shift immediately moves your brain from limitation mode into possibility mode. The second major lesson is about fear. Fear is one of the biggest dream killers in the world. People don't fail because they lack potential. They fail because fear prevents them from using that potential. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of embarrassment, fear of criticism, fear of success itself. Schwartz offers a powerful principle. Action cures fear. Most people think confidence comes first and action comes second. Schwartz flips this idea upside down. Confidence is the result of action, not the cause of it. Imagine learning to swim. You can't become confident by reading books about swimming. You become confident by getting into the water. The same applies to every area of life. Want confidence speaking in public? Speak more. Want confidence starting a business? Start. Want confidence approaching people? Approach people. Evidence creates confidence. Schwartz provides several practical techniques to strengthen confidence. One of the simplest is sitting in the front row. Most people instinctively sit in the back because they want to remain invisible. Successful people place themselves where they can be seen and heard. He also emphasizes maintaining strong eye contact. Eye contact communicates confidence, honesty, and presence. People trust those who look them in the eye. Another recommendation is walking 25% faster. This might sound trivial, but body language influences psychology. People who move with energy and purpose tend to feel more energetic and purposeful. Schwartz also encourages speaking up more often. Many people stay silent because they're afraid of saying something wrong. Yet silence prevents growth. Every time you express an idea, ask a question, or contribute to a conversation, you're strengthening your confidence muscle. The third lesson focuses on thinking big. This is the heart of the entire book. According to Schwartz, your achievements rarely exceed the size of your thinking. Small thinkers use limiting language. They say things like, "It won't work," "That's impossible," "I can't do that," or "That's too risky." Big thinkers use empowering language. They ask, "How can it work? What opportunities exist here? What's possible? And how can I make this happen?" The words you use shape your beliefs. Your beliefs shape your actions. Your actions shape your results. If you constantly tell yourself something is impossible, your brain stops looking for solutions. But when you ask possibility-focused questions, your mind begins searching for answers. Think about two people starting a business. One aims to make enough money to survive. The other aims to build a company that impacts thousands of people. Who will make bigger decisions? Who will pursue larger opportunities? Who will persist longer when challenges arise? The person with the larger vision. Big goals generate big energy. Big dreams create big motivation. Small goals create small effort. The size of your future is determined largely by the size of your thinking. The fourth lesson is about creative thinking. Most people become trapped by conventional thinking. They focus on limitations. They focus on what already exists. They focus on reasons something won't work. Big thinkers focus on possibilities. Throughout history, every major innovation started as an idea that seemed unrealistic. Airplanes, smartphones, electric vehicles, space exploration, the internet. Someone looked at what existed and imagined something more. Schwartz encourages readers to develop solution-oriented thinking. Instead of becoming obsessed with problems, become obsessed with possibilities. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what are 3 possible solutions? Who has solved a similar problem before? What opportunity exists within this obstacle? Creative thinking isn't about being a genius. It's about refusing to accept limitations as permanent facts. The fifth lesson is one of the most powerful ideas in the entire book. You are what you think you are. Your self-image determines your behavior, and your behavior determines your results. If you see yourself as average, you'll unconsciously act average. You'll set average goals. You'll tolerate average circumstances. You'll accept average outcomes. But if you see yourself as valuable, capable, and worthy of success, your actions begin to align with that identity. Schwartz encourages readers to treat themselves like important people. Not because they're pretending, because they're preparing. The world often responds to the image you project. This includes the way you dress, speak, stand, and interact with others. Successful people understand the psychology of appearance. They dress in ways that reinforce confidence. They maintain strong posture. They communicate with conviction. This isn't about arrogance, it's about self-respect. When you respect yourself, others tend to respect you as well. Imagine your self-image as the software running your life. If the software contains limiting beliefs, fear, and self-doubt, your results will reflect those limitations. But if you upgrade that software with confidence, ambition, and possibility, your actions begin producing entirely different outcomes. Perhaps the most important lesson from the magic of thinking big is that success begins long before external results appear. It begins in your thoughts. Every achievement starts as an idea. Every goal starts as a belief. Every transformation starts with a decision to think differently. Most people spend their lives waiting for confidence before they act, waiting for certainty before they start, waiting for perfect conditions before they move forward. But successful people understand something different. They act first. They think bigger first. They believe first. And then the results follow. The magic David Schwartz talks about isn't magic at all. It's the extraordinary power of changing the way you think. Because when you change your thinking, you change your decisions. When you change your decisions, you change your actions. When you change your actions, you change your future. The question isn't whether you have enough talent, intelligence, money, or luck. The real question is this: are you willing to stop thinking small? Because the moment you do, your entire life can begin to expand in ways you never imagined possible.